My best friend has a boyfriend, but he is abusive to her in a physical and mental way. And we always tell her that he is bad and that she should break up with him. But she says that he does actually love her and he don't mean to take his anger out on her. What do I do? This is a tough one, right? For one, well done for being a good friend, for sticking by your friend, letting her know, that this is not a healthy relationship for her. Keep going with that. Don't abandon your friend. They need you right now, especially now because it's a troubling time, right? Now, he might very well love her. Love and abuse doesn't necessarily separate. Lots of times, abusive relationship, they are very much in love. They don't know how to love. They don't know how to do it respectfully, right? There's a whole cycle of violence that happens here, and it's not necessarily not loving them. So she's holding on to that love. And a lot of people do that. And I get it, right? You want to hold on to that feeling of love. However, abuse is never right. If it's mental and physical, that's got to be really tough for her, right? So the best thing you can do, keep up what you're doing, letting her know that you're there for her, that you don't agree with how he treats her, that she deserves better than this, that nobody deserves to be beaten. It's never acceptable, right? Even with love, sometimes it's not healthy, right? So forget the love piece. Let her know that love is not the same as respect, right? Love is not the same as not abusing someone. So she needs to see that this is abuse and it's never going to get better, right? An abuser very rarely says, oh, I didn't realize I was doing something wrong. I'll never do it again. It doesn't sound like it was just a one-time thing. She needs to end the relationship. If you are very concerned about her, come talk to me, come talk to, Miss Westbury, another safeguarding lead, talk to your parents, talk to her parents, right? You need to be a good friend and make sure she is safe. And it doesn't sound like she's safe. So talk to an adult about it and we will help you. I'm in year 8 and my boyfriend wants to do stuff with me, but I don't know if I'm old enough. I'm only 12. So this is a big question, right? Legally, the age for sexual consent is 16, right? However, the law is not about punishing people for wanting to do something intimate with someone they care about, right? The law is to protect vulnerable people, to make sure that they don't get hurt, right? So that's why if you were, say, 14, we could give you condoms because we want you to be safe rather than still do the behavior and put yourself at risk for pregnancy or getting a sexually transmitted infection, all right? So you being 12, unfortunately, the law says you can't consent to any sort of sexual thing, not even condoms at the age of 12, right? However, it is your body, right? I'm not gonna tell you what you can and can't do with your body, but question, are you ready to do that? And if you're not, which you're probably not at 12, then the boy you're dating should understand that and say, okay, we'll wait until we're both ready, right? That's what a relationship and honesty and trust is about. It's saying, you know what, I'm not ready and my partner trusts me enough and cares about me enough to wait until I am ready. That's what's important. You should really wait until you're absolutely 100% ready. And when you are, come talk to me or come talk to someone else about how you can make it a little bit safer for you. Thank you. Please answer this. My boyfriend chucked a chair at me and it missed, but I don't know what to do. Well, that's violence, right? If he purposely threw a chair with the intent to hit you, that's a violent act, right? That's abuse. That's unacceptable and it needs to stop. And you need to not tolerate it and say, not again, right? If you choose, if you want to say, that's the end, I'm done with the relationship. Nobody should ever be treated that way. Nobody, no matter what you do, what you say, should be violated or threatened with physical violence. Throwing a chair is physical violence, right? If it was an accident, it's an accident. But it sounds like it was on purpose to hurt you. That's wrong. Let him know that you're not going to tolerate that anymore. That is unacceptable. If it happens again, end the relationship. Does being from a certain place make you better than others? For example, does being from set make you better than being from Downham? No. Where you come from does not mean anything other than that's your address, right? It doesn't mean you are going to be a better person or worse person. You're going to be more successful in life or less successful in life, right? The only reason that would happen is if you let that happen, right? Don't let where you come from determine who you are and what kind of person you are. There are good people, there are bad people everywhere in life. There are people that are misguided, there are people that are really determined. It doesn't matter where you come from. Don't let a town or a village name decide what you're going to be in life. That's ridiculous. So, my boyfriend keeps talking about snogging and it's getting weird. What do I do? Well, it sounds like you're not comfortable with wanting to kiss and snog him. And that's absolutely fine. You need to be clear about that. Say you're not comfortable with that. Maybe there's other things you are comfortable with. Maybe it's holding hands or cuddling while watching Netflix or something. You don't have to kiss if you don't want to. Make it very clear. I know it's not always easy, but unless you tell what you're comfortable or not comfortable, he's not going to know. It doesn't sound like he's asking, so it might be the time to tell him and say, you know what, I'm not comfortable with that. Can we do something else?